Hi science friends. Today we are going to do a little activity called Hotel Aufbau. So if you'll take this out of your binder, it says, "Dear," you can write your name in here. Welcome to Hotel Aufbau. Thank you for your interest in this position. Here at the Hotel Aufbau, we have only one rule for our employees. Do not break the 3 guiding principles set by our managers. Here are the 3 guiding principles. So, 1, called Aufbau's principle. Be customer focused. Fill the lowest price rooms first. Each room can hold 2 guests. All rooms on a floor must be full before moving to the next floor. Okay? So we have to start at the lowest level and we have to fill it up before we go to the next level. That's rule 1. Rule 2, called Pauli's principle. Rule 2 tells us, keep the energy flowing with feng shui. When 2 guests are in the same room, they must sleep in opposite directions. So each arrow that you're going to draw in, that's typically how you draw them, not like these, but a half arrow. Each one of these represents a guest. So the 2 guests have to sleep in opposite directions. Okay, so that's principle 2. And last is called Hun's principle. That's principle 3. Give the guest as much privacy as possible. If there are rooms of the same price available, do not double up guests until absolutely necessary. Okay, on the back of this page, we have developed a patent-pending method to track the available rooms. To represent guests, we use half arrows, like such, and then rooms are represented by our circle. In order to pass the training, we have a few guest situations to see if you're able to obey the rules. Your trainer, Ms. Brown, will check your progress and decide if you are hired. So this little activity is introducing us to something called electron configuration. And electron configuration follows these 3 rules: Aufbau's rule, Pauli's principle, and Hun's principle. So I'm going to do situation 2 with you here. It's not the hardest, but it's not the easiest either. And then I want you to go back and do situations 1, 3, and 4. And that will be your assignment for today. And then hopefully I'll be back tomorrow and we can pick up actually applying this to chemistry and doing some electron configuration with it. So situation 1, it tells us we have 8 guests. Okay, so if you remember, our first rule, Aufbau's principle, says we have to fill the lowest level first. So we have to go to the first floor before moving to the second floor. Okay, our second principle tells us we have to have guests in the same room in opposite directions. And then third, if there are the same price available, then we need to use them first. Okay, so first room, we're going to go like this, and that takes care of 2 of our guests. Okay, so each arrow is 1 guest, so there's 1 guest and there's a second guest. Okay, then we're going to go to the standard room and there's 2 more guests. Okay, so again, each circle represents 1 room. So now we've got 4 of our guests taken care of. Okay, now we can get to the premium room. So these rooms are a little bit more expensive, but note that there are 3 of them. So we want to put 1 person in each room before we go back and double up. So we've got 2 people here, that's 2. There's 4, that makes 5, 6, 7. So we only have 8 guests total. So we're going to double that one up there in the premium room. But notice how we put 1 in each room before we went back and doubled them up. Oops. That helped us to follow both of our rules. Principle 3, Hun's rule, Hun's principle, tells us that we have to give the guest as much privacy as possible. Don't double them up until it's necessary. So here we had 3 premium rooms and we put 1 in each before going back to double them up. Okay, so that makes us have 4 more, and that takes care of all 8 of our guests. So I want you to go through and try to do situations 1, 3, and 4. Okay, remember, fill up the bottom level before moving to the second level, and then fill up the standard rooms before moving to the premium rooms, and put one in each room before doubling up to move to the next level. Okay, so you should never move up to the next level until there's 2 arrows in all of the circles at the level beneath. All right, so I hope that makes sense. And if you have any questions, you can holler at me. And if not, I hope you have a great day.